of goal setting for teens and parents. Now, if you are here with me this evening for the very first time, let me take the opportunity to let you know who I am. So once again, I'm Leonie's Tusa, and I work with students, secondary school students and their parents, so that the children or the student can gain clarity of purpose, they build the confidence and build consistency. And of course, I work also with parents so that their children can get the kind of support, that additional support that is necessary for them to really, really grow strong. So if you're joining me live, drop a hi in the comments and I will say, thank you so much for being here. And if you are watching the replay, remember to type replay below. Right, so tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about achieving your goals? All right, how confident are you in achieving your goal? How confident are you? Feel free to type in the chat if you are here live with me. All right, so once again, the topic we are looking at is the power of goal setting for parents and for teens. Okay, so let's go. Tonight we're going to talk, as I said before, about goal setting, all right, for teens. And by this time, you would have at least gotten your midterm results. Yeah, you'd have received your midterm results. Maybe it might not have been what you're looking for, but here's what. In one of my previous lives, we spoke about how you can use your grades and build a roadmap for it. So let's revisit that a little bit here. All right, let's revisit that here. So tonight, again, we're going to talk about goal setting, specifically how you and your teen can set and achieve goals together. Plus, I have a very special person who's going to be on, who will share with you on their goal, on how goal setting would have changed her life and that of her son. So stick around and you're going to hear some more. Okay, right. So here's what. I know we often hear, goal setting, but here's what. The truth about it, the truth be told, that goal setting is very important. It's very important. It matters a lot. And many of us, we would have set goals, all right? Have you? Yes, I think so. So have you ever set a goal maybe around New Year's? Yes, I know around New Year's time, everybody's making resolutions, they're setting goals. Now, sometimes do forget that we would have set those goals. And I can tell you that you are not alone. You are not alone, but here's the secret. Here's the secret. Success is not about motivation alone. It's about having a clear roadmap. You need to have a clear roadmap. Every successful person would have a clear roadmap of where they want to go, what do I want to achieve? Studies definitely shows that people who set written goals, so we're talking about written goals, are more likely to achieve them, 42% of them. The question then is, why is it important for teens and parents? Why is it important for teens and parents to set their goals? The thing about it is that when we set the goals, when we write them down, what happens? It helps us to stay focused. It helps us to develop that discipline of going towards that one thing or those things that we really want to achieve. The next thing is that it teaches parents how to even support and guide their children effectively when we write down these goals. And not only that, as we write our goals down, what you find happening is that we begin to build the confidence and the resilience, and all of that is very, very essential life skills. These are the skills that we take into adulthood for teens, and as a matter of fact, throughout our lives. Because I'm telling you, your parents do set goals. So for those of you who are looking on, please remember to say hello in the chat. And if you're going to be looking at it later, remember to type replay. All right. And once again, we are going to delve into this goal setting. All right. I hope you have your pen and paper on and available for you. And if you're a parent and you are looking on, please drop a heart in the chat, and I have a question for you parents if you are on. Drop a heart. All right. Do you want to see your teen develop strong goals, setting habits? Do you want to see a teen develop those goals and achieve them? Drop a heart in the chat. Drop a heart. All right, drop a heart. Good. So let's go on into our section where we're going to look at goal setting. And I know many of you would have heard about SMART goals before. All right. And it's very, very important. It really helps us to build that map that we need. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is setting those goals that are vague. You need to be very, very, very specific in what you do when you are setting goals. So, for instance, a student looking at their midterm marks now, you might be saying, oh gosh, I want better grades, or I want to be successful. No, here's what. It is not enough. All right, it's not enough. We need SMART goals. And parents, I know you want your children to achieve better goals, better grades, sorry. And of course, achieve those goals and to be successful. But the thing about it is that you too, as a parent, need to be specific in what you want to see happening in your life and your child's life. So let's look at this entire framework that we're going to use where goal setting is concerned. Let's look at this framework. One of the things that you would have looked at or probably heard about before is the SMART goals, as I said before. Let's break that down into what S is for SMART. When we're looking at the essence SMART, we want to know whatever goal we are writing, whatever goal we want to achieve, it is exactly what you want. So what do you want? What do you want? What do you want as a parent? And what do you want as a student? What do you want? All right, so I'm just checking in here a little. Give you a little time to write what you want. Take note of it. What do you want? Now, knowing what you want is one thing. But the other side of it, when we start to look at Emma, we want to know if it's measurable. How are you going to track your progress? Now, if you had set your goals in December, so when you start school, you would have had a roadmap already. If your grades did not reflect or you didn't see the kind of improvement you're looking at, then maybe we need to change something there. But when we talk about measurable, your actual exam now, your results now, you can see if you actually would have gained from it, if you would have actually made a difference in how you would have approached it. And this midterm here would have been your part of your landmark to see if you made progress. All right. If you would see now, if you would have been doing the study skills, you would have been taking all the time, you would have made changes. I'm going to study maths, English, social studies, whatever your subject is. Did you put in enough time? Let's see now if the goal that you're going to set for yourself now, going into the final, you have a couple of weeks again before your final exam. Let's make sure it's achievable. All right, so we're on A. Is it a realistic goal? Is it something that you could achieve by the end of the term? All right. If it's the next 3 weeks you have this goal for, can you achieve it? And one of the things, and it brings us to R, which is relevant. One of the things that is very important when we're looking at the SMART goals here is how or why, okay, why is this important to you? Because your why is this goal important to you? It's your why that will really give you that extra push towards actually putting into action your plan to go forward. Why is this important to you? And then, of course, the T in SMART here is that it must be time bound. You must give yourself some time so that you can see whether or not, to achieve your goal. So I want to move from a grade A to a grade, not a grade A, but a grade, A to A plus. So if you want to move from a grade C to a B, is this what you really want to see happening? And again, why do you want to see it happening? All right. So instead of saying that I want to do better, say, here's what we're going to say now. And you're going to tell me if it follows the SMART principle. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it relevant? And is it time bound? So if we are going to write this SMART goal, here's what it should sound like. I will raise my math grade or my English grade. You can put any subject there from a grade C to a B by practicing 30 minutes daily and submitting my assignments on time. If you want to look at it that way. All right, so I'll say it again. Instead of saying I want to do better in school, we should be saying, once we follow the SMART goal principles, is that I will raise my math grade or my English grade from an A to a B by practicing 30 minutes daily and submitting my assignments. All right, you got that? Parents, you can help by ensuring that your child's goals are really SMART. All right? Teenagers here, this will help you stay on track. Yeah, this will help you stay on track. All right? And I want you to drop SMART in the comments if you are ready to try this. Feel free to drop SMART in the comments if you are ready to try this. All right. Okay, so let's go again. Ready? Let's go. Now, we just look at the SMART goals, but we want to take it a little step further because whilst it's very good to have it written down, one of the things that I've found, and you'll hear thousands of people talk about it, is once they do what you call a vision board, all right, it really helps them to stay even more focused. All right, now let's talk about it a little. For many of us, it's fun, and it's a very powerful tool. It's a vision board. Have you heard about it before? If yes, type yes in the comments. If no, you could also type that in the comment as well. All right. So why vision board works? Now, one of the things, yes, we could write down our goals in a notebook, but even from my experience, the vision board really helps to keep your goals in front of you, visible every single day. All right, your vision board, it keeps your goals visible every single day. Whether you do a digital vision board or whether you do Bristol board or posters, it really helps maintain that visual you're going to keep seeing from grade C to grade B, as the case may be. So you know what you're working at. And what else happens is that it trains your brain to focus on success. It trains your brain to focus on success. All right. And here's what it boosts your motivation and your self-discipline. Because when I check my vision board, I have a digital vision board that I created for this new vision that I'm in, this new goal that I have for 2025. And because I'm seeing it every day, I make it I make it a rule to look at it every single day, I become even more driven and some would say motivated to do the activities that will ensure that there is success with my goals. And remember, I said it must be time bound. So there are certain things I'm looking for as I go along my journey in realizing my goals. Now, let's look at how to create a vision board. One, as I mentioned before, you could get a poster. All right, posters, you have Bristol boards, you could even do it digital. And what you're really going to be doing, you're going to be adding images and words that relates to your goals. All right, whether it's grades, whether you're looking to get a scholarship, or whether you want to get personal growth, it's a career dream. You want to include pictures that directs you to what you would look and what it will feel like as well in terms of getting to your end point of getting your goal. All right. And you want to keep vision board wherever you can see it every day. You want to see it when you get up in the morning, you want to see it when you go to bed at night. So most of us would want to have it in our bedrooms, in our rooms, or that special place where we study from time to study on a daily basis. Also, who's to start this? Who's excited? All right. So if you are, feel free to comment in the chat vision. If you want, write the word vision in the chat. All right. Now, at this point in time, I would like to bring on a very special person. All right. This person has experienced the power of goal setting firsthand, and I'm honored to introduce you to Miss Debbie Jerome. Debbie, where are you? Feel free to come on.
Good evening, everyone. Hi.
Okay, good. Let me just get you here. Hold on. Your camera is off, Debbie.
1 second.
I see. Lovely. So
Okay, here I am.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for taking the opportunity to share your story with us on, on our goal setting program the last time around we were here.
Thank you so much. I am really glad and excited to be here to share.
Yes, thanks so much. So Debbie, tell me, we're getting into one time, okay? Tell me why did you seek coaching?
Yes, well, I sought coaching because I saw I needed my son. I saw that things were going. There was no structure, and it was frustrating me. And I myself needed to be able to display what I wanted so that he would be able to fall in line. And I knew once I got myself together, he would be able to fall in. So I have to seek help. I work with children, I work with parents to an extent. So I saw the need, we need to develop more. So I reached out and, in conversation with my coach, general conversation, she would have, directed me in that pointed me in that direction. Yes.
Okay, yes. So you wanted to become more organized so that, as we say, when our children, when our parents are organized, our children most of the times become more organized as well because seeing the example being set by parents as well. So that parent-child relationship is very important. How you show up for your child is important. Yes, good. Now, just a little bit. Share with us probably just one or two of the goals that you would have set for yourself and your child.
Well, my goals that I would have set, I wanted to for me personally, I needed to be more It's simple enough for me. I just needed to be more relaxed and more focused. I would say I'm settled in my career, but I found myself feeling as though I was going around in circles. So I needed to take chunks, get things in pockets, get things in, go back to the same word, organized, structured. I needed to set those goals. So I started to say what I needed to see happening with me in my personal growth, because I found I was on edge a lot, very disturbed easily, and that is not what I wanted. So I had to actually redirect my focus. So my goal was to become more relaxed at the end of the day in dealing with all the things that I had to deal with. I needed to be more relaxed.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
goal. Everything else was a spin off of that, but I just needed to be more relaxed and more, well, of course, that will help me to be more focused. Everything else fell in place after that.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
because one of the things that I know happens is that life happens. And the thing about it, when life happens, you tend to just respond all the time to life.
Yes.
And that in itself can actually throw you off of some of the things you want to achieve. All
Yes.
right.
So
So I
that
know,
yes.
yes, because I know one of the things you wanted to do was, here's what I need to breathe. I need to get some space for myself. I need to make sure that my space, my mental is organized so then I could get or is establish enough time to make sure that my son is doing what he is supposed to do as well. All right.
Yes.
Now, having gone through the program of identifying what those goals would have been, because sometimes one of our goals is just to be able to stay organized and maintain order and build that consistency, right? What
Yes.
impact did becoming more organized had on your life? And then feel free to share with us on what it did for your son.
All right. So the impact that had on my life is that I was able to help him set his goals. I needed, I got him because I became more relaxed and I saw things differently. My perspective, of course, changed. Um, I was able to recognize that a change in environment is what was going to work for him, because I do have an older child, and the journey was totally different. So when I had to deal with him being, um, it took me, setting the goals helped me to help him and be able to speak to him to get him to set those smart goals and sit with him and have him listen to work on it to improve himself. All right. So it started to, when he actually did all of those things, I did it, and he started to look at me even when he didn't want to do it. He started to see the results, because he would actually say to me, "Mommy, how come you're not quarreling about this? How come you're not?" Even though he knows that I may have been upset about something, I didn't quarrel as much. I spoke more. Now, I wasn't a shouter, and like that, but still, I spoke more, and I reasoned, and I showed him. We always revisited the goals. So it made him more focused. It caused him to be more in control of his emotions, more, more understanding of himself. That is something that I was really, really grateful for. And when he understood, as he understands himself better, because it's still a
Yes.
process, as he's understanding himself better, he is producing more. And he's producing more because he now sees the need. He wants to produce more, and it's easier for him to produce more. So it's a step by step. It's not an easy journey. Teenagers are a bundle to handle. Boys are
Yes.
become like a package as well. So it's a work in progress all the time. But it again, because I am more stable mentally, emotionally, and in so many other ways, it helps him to draw that from me. And he too in turn becomes he is becoming and continues to be more focused, and I dare to say more productive, much more productive. And he is benefiting because
Yes.
it's recognized, even outside
Yes.
of the home, being recognized at his school, and he's being recognized for it by his classmates, his peers, and what. And he's actually saying, Mommy, I have to do better. And he is
Yes.
actually showing me where, and in that measurable way, how we are taking it
Yes.
step by step. So it has been impactful. I could go on for hours and talk on
I
his heart.
I know because really and truly, when you do write those goals down and you really revisit it over and over, you become more focused. And I am hearing coming from you that his confidence grew.
Yes,
His
yes,
confidence grew, and he is the one taking ownership now for what is required of him as a teenager. So then you're seeing the maturity grow. He's becoming even more mature and responsible for what he has to do. So then at the end of the day, like Eric Thomas says, you are responsible for your success, right?
yes,
And I want to also show that reiterate the connectivity between parent and child, because we learn a lot of what our children learn happens through imitation.
yes,
All right, they're
yes,
learning from us, the adults. So when you started work on you, that actually had a positive impact on him. And here's what I'm hearing from you as well. You said he's being recognized for the change in his behavior and attitude. And I can tell you his
yes,
friends are looking up to him even more
yes,
now.
yes.
Yeah.
No, no, he wants to. He wants to. He's actually, before he wouldn't. Well, as you know, he is into art, heavily into art, right? And it's developing more and more. It's mind blowing what we are seeing now with him. And before he wouldn't even acknowledge his own work, but now
Yes.
when he does it, he is even
Mm.
commenting on how much it is amazing, how amazing it is to him when he
Yes.
sees the end product. And
Yes.
before, when I would look for other support systems, because the field that he is interested in, I am clueless about. But support is one thing I grew up on, and the goal setting even expanded that even more. And I know, in the field that I work in, it's all about those goals and having them and knowing what you want. And when I see the growth that has taken place in him and how much he has matured, and
Right.
I could actually say to him that this is what I expect, and he could actually add on to it what
He
he
added,
knows, because
you said he added on to it? That's
yes,
awesome. That is really, really a powerful, inspiring
yes.
testimony. Now, Gabby, tell me, what advice would you give to parents? What advice can you give to parents out there who are
Okay, you're breaking up a bit, so can you repeat what you just said? You broke up. I lost you for a while. I lost you for a while.
oh, what I was saying, what advice would you give to other parents based on your experience with my goal setting program?
Well, what I would say to parents, my advice to parents is to sit with your children, your teenagers, listen to them, and work with them. Look at their strengths. All of them have strengths. All of them have strengths. And on those strengths, you build on that. And it's amazing. I mean, teenagers can be frustrated to go crazy. But once you tap into them, they are beautiful. They're really beautiful. And once you sit with them and you show them that you really believe in them and you set those goals with them, when you set it for yourself, if you try to set it for yourself or you leave them to do it on their own, it's not going to be as impactful. But once you
Yeah.
sit with them and they draw from you and you draw from them, trust me, the sky is the limit, with these children. So my advice is to work with them, sit, build yourself, because you can't give what you don't have. So if you don't have that confidence and you don't work on yourself in setting your goals and they don't see you doing it, one of the most amazing things with me with setting goals is writing it. Today I am telling everybody when people say this is not happening, I am there giving advice. You write it down, write down what your goals are, make them measurable, make them in small packages. You can't do everything at once, but you do those little steps, you write it down and you read it before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up in the morning. And God will do everything else as He is accustomed to. But that's my advice. Write your goals down, work with your teenagers, talk with them. Talk with them. They have a lot to share. A lot to share on those same goals that you're setting with them. One of the things I do with my son, I just sit and I listen. I don't ask questions. I don't have to ask much questions now because you're working with them all the time and you build this habit over a period of time. They sit and those one or two people I would have advised, I see it with my son, you sit and you talk and they just talk and they talk and you where they are, you grow with them.
And that's one of the things that happens when you do the program with me. You have that bonding taking place with the parent and the child, because now you have both parent and child working together within the program, right? So then it's not as though doing the program and just talking to your son. It's the parent I'm working with, and in some cases I work with the parent alone, all right, and it filters down to the child. So we connect accordingly. So then we can say, I want to hear if the program was very successful with you, Debbie.
Yes, 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 we can.
Right. Right. So thanks so much for sharing your testimony with us. I can tell you it was very, very inspiring. And this is proof that when you invest in yourself and set clear goals, we can see real change taking place. And the real change that takes place isn't just for the moment, it actually filters into other aspects of your life. And you see where Debbie was saying her son started creating his own goals, and he's been recognized, and actually he's been a role model for other persons, young persons within his age group. So not just in our own lives, but in our children's lives, as we say in Debbie. So thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right. All right. So guys, here's what. Now that you understand the SMART goals and vision board, imagine what's possible with the right guidance. Imagine what is possible with the right guidance. Can I invite you to join my coaching program? I do have a one-on-one guidance to set and achieve goals. We have that program there that Debbie would have gone through. Within that program, you have weekly accountability and check-in time. You also have practice tools for long-term success. And I mean, you just heard about that long-term success with our guest, Debbie, here today. All right. So if you are ready to transform your future, if you are ready to really, really transform your future, all right, what I want, like what Debbie did and her son did, send me a message or comment goals below in the chat. Comment goals and I'll send you the details for that. All right. So before we wrap up, let me ask you as a matter of fact, what's one goal? Just one. What's one goal you'll be setting today? What's that one goal you're going to be setting today? Drop it in the comments below. Feel free to do that. So once again, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining me here today. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And don't forget to share this with a friend who needs it. See you next time. Bye for now.